everyone, it's Louise with louisemckayart, and welcome to my channel. I'm glad you're here, and as usual, I'm in the middle of some coasters for a color test that I've already decided I really like this, so I'm going to go ahead and just make the 4 set of coasters, because coasters for me do really well. And yeah, let's get going. Actually, with this, some of this color combination, I made a yo-yo. I don't know if I've shown that video by now, but it is so cute. Well, let me just say, it blew out beautifully. It looks adorable as I'm looking at it right now. It has to dry, and that's going to be the tricky part. So what I have here is my no, I don't have my multi-pro, because me and multi-pro we are silent treatment. I'm so mad at multi-pro because it keeps causing me problems. I don't know if somebody was saying it might be the heat, but my room is like 68 degrees. It's not horribly hot. Maybe it is a factor, I don't know, but I returned the can that I just bought. But in the meantime, I am using the Glidden 6011N eggshell as my pillow paint. And this is the paint that floats your composition as your creation is underway. Give it a little stretch just to spread it out a bit. And we're off to the races. First color. This is Amsterdam's Turquoise green with a little bit of, a little tiny bit of Golden's Turquoise Phthalo. Now my last one I didn't put enough color down, so I'm just going to add a little dab more. Although, you know, in a coaster set, they don't have to all be exactly the same. As a matter of fact, they never are all the same. But it doesn't hurt to have a little variation in the intensity of the colors. It's all good. TLPC glass. Artez's Sky Blue. I'm gonna make sure I got enough color down this time. And I put a big old bubble in there. Gotcha. Okay, this is Modern Masters Venetian Blue. And we're going to finish it off with a little bit of Prism Pours African Violet. With a dab of Dioxazine Purple by Atelier. So here we got our cell activator. This is Amsterdam's Turquoise Green. Turquoise Green? No. Oh, I have it written down wrong. It's Turquoise Blue. Turquoise Blue. It's this one. By the way, this is Australian Floetrol cell activator. If you want to see an American Floetrol cell activator recipe and video, I have video 141. I'll link it above if you want to check out how I make mine. All right, we're going to put one drop down there, and then we're going to blow it out, and we'll see what we come up with. So while I'm blowing this out, I'd like to invite you to my video 419. I'll link it above. It's called The Art of the Blow. And back last year when I was teaching in DC, I found that some of the newer folks had trouble finding their blow onto their composition. So in this video, I show you a cheat how to find your blow, how to control your speed, and what the effects of the speed and angle have on your final composition. It's definitely worth checking out. Lovely! All right, we're going to stretch it to the sides. I might skip ahead from this part. I stretch it to the side so that the paint knows where it's supposed to go as it starts to spin out. So while I have a moment here, I'm going to chime in since this is a very short video. I just want to point out and invite you to my description where I have video links to some very useful videos for you guys. Plus, check out my playlists as well with all the videos broken down by category. Also, in my description, I have links to some of the products I use, to include KS Resin, which is the resin that I use for all my creations. I have a 10% discount code there. You get 10% off your purchase, and KS Resin gives me 5% credit toward my future purchases, so it's a win-win. Some colors, when you pop them or when you dab them out, come out much better than others. I'll tell you, I had a green palette that I was working on that, I'll tell you, it was so forgiving to eliminate those spots. They were just like eager to be ridden of. See, take me, take me. Okay, I think we're good to go. Let's give. Oh, is it raining? I think it's raining. Every day for the last week or so, we've been having an afternoon rain. But in fact, it's been really nice because we were up to 90 degrees. I'm looking at my thermometer right now. It says 87 and it just started. All right, we're going to clean this up. I'm going to put this in my little scrap recycle bin, and I'll use this for my ornaments. If you haven't seen my ornaments, you definitely should. I do a really cool bloom transfer for the ornaments, and you should see my playlist. I have a bunch of them. But if you go to the ones from last year, from 2024, I've got some really cool combinations, and I have some good learnings in those videos versus the ones from the prior year, which are good, but you know, as you go along, you know, you get smarter just from experience. You learn what you did wrong, you learn what you're doing right, you learn what works well. And last year I wasn't going to make a single one, and then somebody asked me if I could make not only ornaments but lids and what was it, ornaments, jar lids, and something else. It was a three things of matches to give away as gifts. I was busy. And then after I showed that, everybody else, well, I should just say, people started asking, can you make something for me? I'm like, well, yeah. Literally for a month there, I was making ornaments. Oh, this one's really pretty. Really happy with this one. And I love the cell activator. This cell activator is great with this. Now, the thing about this color combination is that there's not a flare of color in there. There's not like a obvious dissenting color that is like the focal point, but all these colors just work well together. Sometimes you just go for the subtle blending instead of the eye-catching popping color that comes out. Okay, I'm pretty happy with this. Now, it seems like whenever I use TLPs, I get this effect like it's been spray painted. And while I typically am not a big fan of that look, and I don't know if it's something I'm doing wrong, which could be, I do like how it turns out with this color combination. Oh, I think this is my favorite one. Look at this, guys. Oh. So everyone, that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial with this different cell activator. And here are the wet results, and then I'm going to show you the dry results and resin results here in a second. If you're new here, I encourage you to subscribe, hit the bell and all. You'll get all my latest art tutorials. At the end of this video, I'm going to have a link to my coasters playlist so you can see all kinds of color combinations and styles. I have over 100 videos just of coasters. And speaking of playlists, I invite you to check out my playlists where I have all kinds of different creations based on category. I have Lazy Susans and trays and clocks and charcuterie boards and pearl pours and all kinds of things. So check that out if you want to take a look at some of the different things that I create. So I think that's all I have for now, everybody. And take care. Till next time.